Hey guys, my name is Brittany, and I'm going to tell you a little bit of my story and just show you guys how we can do this. Well, when I was little, I was always bullied for the way I looked, the way I dressed, just the way I was. And I never really took it in as bullying because I bullied myself too with them. I had to move schools in 3rd grade, and that was hard because I went from being friends with people I've known since kindergarten who were friends with me because of who I was on the inside, to moving and having people judge me right away and having to make friends there. It was difficult, but I did it, and I fought for who I was. In 5th grade, I met a friend, and something happened. I never really had a best friend before that, so it was difficult because she practically just left without talking to me ever again. Haven't talked to her to this day, but sometimes I think maybe it was for the best. I fought through that year. It was hard, it was hell, but I did it. In 8th grade, my eyes were open to everything. I had people in my school who, close to me, would have things happen to them, and I would see the scars on their body. I would hear stories, and I really never understood that any of that was real before then. One of the closest people to me when I moved to schools had told me her story. She had never told me before, and I broke right here. I looked at a pair of scissors and told myself that I could do it too. But I threw my face in my hands and I just started crying because I told myself I couldn't. And I wouldn't. I can't. It came a point where who I was not who I wanted to be. And I would punch myself in the arm. I would Charlie horse my leg if I said or thought about something that wasn't right. And eventually got to the point where my arm would give out, my leg would go numb, and I'd have bruises, and I told myself I had to stop. It was really hard, but I knew I couldn't become addicted. The summer of 2008, in July, I was at my grandma's house, and she asked me if I wanted to go downstairs to see my great-grandma, because she lived down there, and they watched her and brought her dinner every now and then. I said, no, not today, because I knew I see her almost every day, and just that day I didn't feel like it, I guess. I woke up the next morning around 7 a.m. to my mother screaming and crying. I opened the door and she collapsed in my arms. She had died. I hold that grudge against myself. I tell myself, you should have went down and saw her. You shouldn't have been too busy playing on the computer. But I know that it's not my fault. I know deep inside that it's not, but it still eats at me. Last summer was really hard. I was really hitting rock bottom. I became friends with people I shouldn't have. People told me I was fake. People told me they tried to get me to do things that I didn't want to do, and luckily I didn't. I had become a part of a all-star softball team. I was one of the oldest people there. I think I actually was. And I was catching. And it was a force at home. The pitcher wasn't used to pitching. She's not used to having that fast of a reaction time. She threw it to me. I went to bring it in, and me and this girl collided. She ran straight. She was a lot taller than me. I mean, I'm really short. I also got made fun of that, and I still do. But she ran into my head, jammed my neck. I fell to the floor. My neck hit the bat. And I just laid there. I literally thought that I was never going to walk again. My mom tried to call 911, but I told her that I didn't want to leave. I stayed there the whole day. I gained movement. I couldn't really move my head very well, but it was okay. It was sore for a long time, but I was able to do it. Early this year, I started just trying to become a better person, trying to be happier, and where that led me was, hey, tell people your story, tell people how they can do it, and never give up. So I started writing a 5-part book. I finished the first, part of the second, and part of the fifth. The first part of the book is about my life and how I've been through things. The second part is about finding your happiness and how to hold on to it. The third part is about all the struggles that you've been through and the scars and the bruises that leave, but how they can heal. The fourth part is what's your purpose? Like, what's your purpose on this earth? You gotta find it, and you have to embrace it and go for it. The fifth part is about faith, and my story of how the faith has just been absolutely amazing and helped me to find the happiness and love and everything I need in life. So, there's a few escapes in life for me. Music, softball, and true friends. So with music, I write, I rap, I sing. I do it all. Like, it started in 3rd grade when I moved, and it's just been something that I can use as an alternative. With true friends and sports, I found that true friends, you can tell if they're really listening and if they care. This last season of softball I was in probably changed my life forever. It was absolutely amazing. For once, I wasn't the oldest person on the team. I was one of the youngest. So I had a lot of people to learn from and look forward and look up to, and it was all I ever could ask for. Everybody on the team had a story. You could look in their eyes and you could see it. Everybody on the team understood you and didn't judge. Everybody on the team was themselves. When you have a team like that, you're not just a team, you're a family. And it's amazing. I actually met my best friend on that team. She's right here. She's practically one of the brains behind this. She understands, she listens, she cares, she's been through it all. She teaches lessons without even trying. And that's probably what has put me on top recently. Because no matter what is thrown at me now, I just say, hey, I have it all right here. I have a best friend who has promised me forever, And when we say forever, we mean it. Who doesn't break her promises? And who will always be in my heart. I wear this everything because I feel with her. I feel like I can just sit here, and even though she's not here, even though I can't see or hear her, she's here. You have to learn that you have to find at least someone, even if it's not anybody else, if it's you, if it's God, you have to find that one person who truly understands and cares about you, who will love you no matter what, and who will always put you on the top of their list. I never believed in love until I found it myself. And I just gotta say, hey, you can do it too. I love you guys. Stay strong.